It is often in the darkest skies that we see the brightest stars. Isn't that a beautiful quote from Richard Evans? That's going to tie in with my theme today about light and darkness and things that are opposites but are necessary in order to make a whole. So, um, some of the common themes for light and darkness would be black and white, and good and evil, and how those themes play out constantly in movies and books and in the Bible. So, um, even in the story with Adam and Eve, and how the devil, who was being represented by the snake, tempted Eve to eat the apple. And that's the first story of man's downfall. So then we also have yin and yang. And when it comes to energies, the feminine and the masculine. And the feminine energies are represented by intuition, by being open, receptive, and connected, being empathic, or showing empathy, um, being, the state of being, and nurturing. Whereas on the masculine side, opposite of intuition would be logic. And then we have with open, receptive, and connected on the feminine side, that would be more the logic as well as the action. And then we have structure and doing. So the masculine energy, putting things into action and doing, and also being assertive. So masculine and feminine energies, we carry both. Sometimes we can be pushed more into one than the other, but we need to have both in order to be whole. So it doesn't matter which gender you are, we all carry feminine and masculine energies. And then when it comes to the moon, right, we've got waxing and waning of the moon. And forces can be balanced and unbalanced. Going along with the theme that I've carried with superheroes. So we've got the superhero and the arch nemesis. And just a few examples would be Superman and Lex Luthor. And we've got Batman and Joker. When it comes to balanced and unbalanced forces, it reminded me of Newton's third law of motion as well. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So, light and darkness, right? We all carry shadows and we carry light. Some people work out of one side more than the other, right? But the goal is to try to balance the two. So, with the masculine and feminine energies, it's important that, yes, you want to be able to receive, but you also have to be willing to give, right? So there's that opposite but equal. When it comes to many religions, they have used light and darkness as well throughout history. even with artwork. I believe it's called chiaroscuro, if I'm saying that correctly. That has to do with showing light and dark in the artwork, whether, depending on what medium is being used. It could be charcoal or just pencil. So showing the light and shadows of the objects that are shown. Um, yeah, so for each of us, we need to be aware that we can operate out of the light or the darkness, the shadows. It's up to us to try to keep those forces balanced. And the question, I guess, boils down to is, are you going to succumb to your shadows? Or are you going to embrace your light? So think about that. And do you want to be the superhero? Or are you going to work out of the arch nemesis side? Hmm. Um, I know we have the capability of being both. And sometimes we can be pushed in one direction more than the other. But I also know we can do great things. So I hope that you embrace your light and let it shine for everyone to see. Okay. Take care, because we got this.